Hi, Virgo. Welcome to March 2019. God, this year's already going by so fast, which is funny because it felt like, again, we talked about this in February. It felt like January took forever to get through. So, the big news of March is Mercury retrograde, right? And the thing with the energy of Mercury retrograde, it's not that the planet slows down, it's that the planet gets closer to Earth, so the energy is bigger. The mercurial energy is stronger. And that's what trips everybody up, is the stronger that energy gets, um, the more we feel like we should be going and doing and stuff, and the harder and faster we try, sometimes you can make mistakes, sometimes you can slip up. That's why technology is harder. I mean, I have so much Mercury in my chart that I can't even wear a watch because time stops basically when I'm wearing a watch. Excuse me for the stuffiness. I am getting over a head cold. I've had comments of, man, you're always sick. And it's not that I'm always sick. I actually hadn't been sick in quite some time. And this winter was just very harsh on me. I learned a lot of lessons about having to slow down and having to take care of myself. And that's always a lesson for a Virgo to take. So if you find yourself getting very tired and you need to take a rest, please do that. Don't try and push yourself, especially during Mercury retrograde, especially during this Mercury retrograde, because Mercury is doing this dance around with planets. It will be conjunct Neptune, which can make us a little bit fuzzy. Even today, I'm feeling, because we're already in the shadow period, I'm feeling a little bit fuzzy today with things, but I'm really sitting in the Virgo energy for March, and it feels really good. I think the key to working with Mercury conjunct Neptune, Mercury sextile Saturn, um, is allowing yourself to stay grounded and allowing yourself to stay in the moment, allowing yourself to have emotions. And when a Virgo can't figure something out, or when we're confused about a situation, or when we feel very stressed out about things, we tend to shut down and not express how we're feeling. We don't talk about our emotions easily. That's just the way that it kind of is, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, but if you need to communicate how you're feeling towards somebody, instead of just shutting people out, I want you to really allow yourself to open up this month. Um, might not be the easiest thing to do, but I think that that's kind of a lesson that we're all learning right now, is being our authentic selves. See, I'm already tripping up on my words. Being authentic and speaking your truth and allowing yourself to work through the emotions instead of just holding on to them. March is going to be a pretty good month. Venus is moving from Capricorn into Aquarius in March. And there's so much stuff that's going on during Pisces season. It really is a very intuitive month. And when it comes to intuition, it's all about trusting your gut. And so don't allow yourself to psych yourself up for the whole Mercury retrograde. Flow through it, work with it. Instead of letting it work against you, let it work for you. And if that means that you need to take some time off, then take some time off. And by that, I mean, like, you know what? If you need to take a vacation, take a couple of days to yourself, regroup. See? I love it when the cards do that. Four of Swords. This is not a time for Virgos to stress themselves out, because the more you stress yourself out, the harder it's going to be. The more you try to push the energy, the harder it's going to feel in getting through it. So Four of Swords, what is that? Taking some time out, meditation, maybe getting back into a healthier diet plan, just really taking care of yourself. And this is going to help your mind work better, right? Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles is the sun in Virgo. If you want to be at your best, don't push it. Don't push your energy to be more than what it wants to be. And it can be an easy month or it can be a really, really difficult month. It's totally up to you. It's totally up to how you're going to use the energy. The way that you're going to find clarity, Ace of Swords, is in not skipping the steps. The Eight of Pentacles, because it's the sun in Virgo, it's very analytical, it's very methodical. It is allowing yourself, you know, like I always see the Eight of Pentacles as like walking across a riverbank where you have to walk on the rocks. And if you try to jump over a rock, you could slip and fall easily, right? It doesn't, you could hurt yourself by doing that. So in order for you to get to the other side very safely, don't skip the steps. And I think that the Ace of Swords is also saying, watch your words. Watch how you are presenting yourself. Watch how you are speaking to other people. March is not going to be a time where, you know how when you're having that Virgo quality of you just know, you know, your intuition and your intellect, sometimes you can just know something and you know that you're right about it. And you can get into arguments with other people because you're like, no, but I am right. I know that I'm right. I know you think that you're right, but I'm right. And I'm not even saying that in like Virgos. Yes, there are some Virgos that can be very pompous like that, but sometimes we just know. And the reason why we know is because we've gone through every single angle. We've gone through every single little detail of it and came to the conclusion, you know, and we did it like that. It's not like we had to sit in it for a really long time and Google all the facts to do it. It's like that automatic thing that we're able to do. And this month, you're not going to know everything because it's going to be very hard to look at all the details. Mercury conjunct Neptune, and Mercury's going to do that 3 different times from here from this week until, and if you didn't watch the energy reading that I did earlier this week, I highly recommend you watching that because I talk about how Mercury does its dance through Pisces, right? And until we get out of Mercury retrograde, it's going to start off, and Mercury's going to start off one way, it's going to go backwards, and then it's going to come all the way back to the beginning and have to do it all over again, right? So there's going to be 3 different spots it's going to go to the same transits, same through and my crown chakra is now itching. You're not going to know all of the details this month, and that's okay. And that's the thing is sometimes when a Virgo is swimming through murky waters, through retrograde, through Pisces season, Mercury in Pisces, it can get very, very frustrating. And that's what I mean by allowing yourself to work with the energy instead of fighting it. If you find yourself freaking out because you don't know all the details, it's okay. It's fine to fall into it, right? Oh, okay. And I do feel like there are some decisions that will need to be made that you're going to want to have clarity on. And I think a lot of that has to do with your stability. 10 of Pentacles, the 2 of Wands and the 10 of Pentacles. If you're looking to make quick, fast, rapid decisions, I don't feel like they're going to be quick, fast, or rapid in any way, shape, or form, because I think that you're going to have to take some extra time to work around it. What you do need to know is as long as you focus on what you want to do and the plans that you want to make, everything is going to fall into play. Everything is going to fall into line the way that it's supposed to. The 10 of Pentacles for me is, and when I say the way that it's supposed to, that may not be the way that you think it's supposed to. It's the way that it's meant to for you. The 10 of Pentacles for me, sometimes we look at the 10 of Pentacles like having it all in a very physical way. And for earth signs in general, having things figured out in a very physical way feels very safe and secure. What about if you don't have everything figured out in a very safe and secure way? What if you need to allow yourself the time and space to work through it first? What if you need to find that peace, that 10 of Pentacles within yourself first? Because that's in a physical way too. And then we have Judgment. So I do feel like towards the middle of March, there will kind of be an aha moment. But I think that it's going to be time for you. It's almost like it's time for you to make a decision on where you want your 10 of Pentacles to look like, or how you want to focus on this 10 of Pentacles. Do you want it to be in a certain place? Do you want it to be with a certain person? The 10 of Pentacles is that feeling of safety and security. And if that's what you're searching for, I feel like you're going to get some of the answers towards the middle of March. And I don't think that you're going to be able to do anything to get these answers. I feel like it's just going to come to you. One of the things that we have to remember is to give up control. Judgment is all about karma, and it's all about giving up your control. And that's very hard for a Virgo to do. To not be in control of this situation is deafening for us. It's very, very difficult for us to figure our way out of a situation or into a situation or through a situation if we don't feel like we have control over it. And when it comes down to it, you don't really have control over much. That's just our ego getting involved, right? So relax into the energy, keep your head down, keep working as hard as you can, rest when needed. Because for me, these two cards right here are telling me that you're being very well taken care of. Even if it doesn't feel like it in the moment, things are falling into place the way that they're supposed to. And if you have to come back and watch this video a couple of times to hear me say that to you, I highly recommend it, because sometimes we need to have the reminder. You know, it's not even about whether or not we know everything, because we don't. No, we like to think we do. We do. I mean, let's be real. And I think I've said this before. It's not always about what you know. It's about how you handle it. How you handle what you don't know, right? Four of Swords. Let's see what this Four of Swords is. I was going to say, I feel like there's some resistance to it. Oh my God, I don't have time. I don't have time to rest. Nine of Swords on the Four of Swords. The whole reason why you need to be in a Four of Swords state is because of the Nine of Swords. You will most definitely feel some anxiety during Mercury retrograde, because you can't figure something out. You can't like pinpoint it. You can't figure out why things aren't working out the way that you want to. And it's because this 10 of Pentacles right now is kind of an illusion. You know it's coming. You know you're working hard towards it. But when is it going to get here? When is it going to get here? When is it going to get here? The universe is saying, dude, chill. Right? To tell a Virgo to chill. I know. I have those qualities in me where it's like, I can easily say chill. Sometimes I don't take my own advice, but let's see. Eight of Pentacles, just working really hard. And this is the thing, is like, you're not even sure entirely what you're working towards at this moment, at this point, right? The Moon. And it could be that the full moon in Libra, when we hit Aries season, that full moon in Libra towards the end of March is going to illuminate some things for you. I think that new moon in Pisces is going to help you push forward in a lot of different, it's not going to be very clear. It's not going to be clear in what direction you're supposed to be going in or what you're supposed to be working towards. But I think that by the time we get to the end of March and that full moon in Libra shows up, you're going to realize, oh, this is what I've been working towards all along. That's where the clarity is going to be. But again, the communication will be a bit off because of what Mercury is doing. So even if you're still kind of searching for that clarity, just swim through it. Seriously, just swim through it. See what I mean? Because I love it when the cards work. I love my job. Sometimes it just makes sense, even when it doesn't make sense. The Seven of Cups. And I think the reason why you can't figure it out is because there are a lot of options being presented to you. And some of them seem really, really, it's like these options are realistic. Some of them are extremely realistic. You just can't figure out how to get there. Some of them don't make a lot of sense, but at the same time do make sense. Like, what do I mean? For example, say you feel like you need to move, or say you feel like you need to change jobs. It seems very realistic to you that changing jobs would probably make your life a little bit easier, make your life a little bit happier. You're just not entirely sure how that's going to work out or how that's going to get there. Maybe you get this idea that you want to start your own job, or you want to start your own business. You want to start your own job. You want to start your own business, but you're not entirely sure if that's even a realistic thing, but it just makes sense because you're like, because then I'll just be happier if I'm doing my own thing. Mr. Happy Little Buddha over here, rub his belly for good luck. I'm going to do that during our video. I haven't done that in a while for our video, for our reading. So, hopefully we can find some clarity. The clarity will come, but during Mercury retrograde season, it is okay that you don't know everything. It is okay that things seem a little bit murky. It's going to be okay. I promise. I can feel the anxiety already coming. And it's really interesting. Somebody had commented that Virgo readings have this woe is me type. If you know me at all, you know I am not a person that sits there and feels sorry for myself. Like, there's never been a woe is me time in my life. So there's a feeling of needing to figure things out and not being able to do it. And that's not, and like in not feeling sorry for yourself because you're not able to do it is the key to get through this, through March. And it doesn't even have to be a difficult time. Let me say that again. It doesn't have to be hard, Virgo. We don't have to go through a really difficult Mercury retrograde. It's all in the way you allow yourself in your mind to think about it. This can be a very easy transitional time if you just let it happen and not get into an anxiety state of mind because you can't figure something out. Everything is figure outable. Sometimes now is not the time to do it. Sometimes now is not the time to figure it out. So you could have a water sign in your life, or this could be you just needing to use, now is not the time to use your mind. It's the time to use your intuition, your emotions, your gut feelings. When making decisions right now, it may not be realistic. You may have to go into the idealism. And if something doesn't make sense, but it feels right, and what's really funny is a lot of people are like, don't make really heavy decisions during Mercury retrograde. I don't really follow that rule. I don't really follow that because if there's a decision that needs to be made and it's Mercury retrograde, I don't want you to stop living your life just because there's a planetary transit happening. Maybe that sounds easier said than done, but honestly, I don't want you to stop living your life. If you have decisions that you need to make and you want to feel your way through them instead of just constantly thinking about it, do that. Go there. Be that person. Because I feel like if you allowed your emotions to flow during this time, you'll realize that that there's a lot more going right for you than there is wrong. Let's see what the Ten of Pentacles is. If you do have a water sign, I feel like you're either traveling to them or they're coming to you also. There could also be some safety and security with a fire sign in your life. The King of Wands on the Ten of Pentacles. I think that there's also some, if it's not safety and security with a fire sign, I feel like there's this confidence that you are going to be falling into towards the end of March, where you just kind of know, like you are getting settled into the idea. If there's a fire sign that owes you money, I don't know where this is coming from. It's kind of like coming out of like thin air. There's a fire sign that owes you money. I feel like that's going to be resolved in March. That sounds like it's a specific message for a very small group of you, maybe just a couple of you. So I don't know where that came from, but I felt like I needed to say it. Let's see. And I know it's not for me because I don't really think anybody owes me any money that I'm aware of. I don't know. All right. See, and I feel like the universe is telling you right now, Virgo, the 10 of Cups on Judgment. I feel like the universe is telling you right now, take a deep breath. Everything is coming into place. The 10 of Cups on Judgment. Everything is falling into place. Everything is easing its way into a better time, a better future. Moments that are going to feel a lot better and a lot easier than they have been. This month is not hard. This month is not going to be hard if you respect the energy that's being brought to you. This month does not have to be hard. For some Virgos, it will be very, very hard because you're fighting against it instead of just allowing it to happen. If you have to have some days and nights where you got to cry it out and let yourself do that, do it and don't feel guilty about it. 7 of Swords, 5 of Pentacles, King of Swords, or I'm sorry, Knight of Wands, King of Swords, that's really weird. Knight of Wands, King of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, there you are. The Hermit, there's the King of Swords. I was wondering if he was going to come out. King of Swords and the Emperor. Wow. 6 of Wands, 9 of Cups, the Death card, and the Ace of Cups. And then these two need to be, yeah. I feel like if you don't watch what you say, that can bring tower moments. I feel like if you don't watch what you say, that can bring tower moments. Let's go through these cards the way that I got them out. Don't beat yourself up if you go into a state of mind where you're like, nothing's working out. I don't know what's the next move I need to make. I'm not really sure where I'm going. If you're doing this wishy-washy back and forth thing with yourself, I feel like this is internal. 7 of Swords, 5 of Pentacles, and the Knight of Wands. Now, there could be a fire sign in your life that has been lying and deceitful to you and making you feel like crap and feel like you're lacking in some way. We'll put that out there first. Or this is like a past feeling that you've had. If you are doing this to yourself and you're beating yourself up, this is not working with the energy. If you need to go through, like, what do I say? You have 5 minutes to feel sorry for yourself and cry it out, and then you have to be up. You got to get up and you got to be gangster again. Right? Like, that's my motto. You have 5 minutes. You have 5 minutes to feel sorry for yourself, and then you got to get up and be gangster. Because this is not, because if you let yourself get into the energy of the woe is me bullshit, you're not going to see the opportunities coming. And I'm not even saying that you're going to do that. I think that there's a very small amount of you that might fall into the energy of feeling like crap, nothing is good enough, I'm not good enough, I'm not doing anything right, yada. I mean, like all the lies that we tell ourselves, right? Because a Virgo can get into it, you get into the Nine of Swords, and you can tell yourself lie after lie after lie that you're not good enough, that you're not doing what you need to be doing, that you're not like pushing forward, right? Except there's this opportunity that's for you and you alone. King of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, and the Hermit. There is an opportunity that only you are being presented with. And if you don't open yourself up to it, if you shut yourself off and you tell yourself lies all month long, this opportunity is going to pass you by. Now, there could be another earth sign that's also presenting you with an opportunity. I suggest you take it. If there is an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, or another Virgo that is presenting you with an opportunity, I suggest you take it. I feel like it's going to help pull you out of your anxiety-ridden state. If there is an air sign that's a bit controlling, or a fire sign that's a bit controlling, I feel like the way for you to get out of this is to assert your independence. If you're dealing with a fire sign or an air, or if you're dealing with an Aries or an air sign that is it feels very it feels like this person just can't let up. It feels like there's somebody who thinks they have control over you. And you need to not let that happen. You need to not allow that to happen. There's a sense of entitlement with this person, and there's a sense, because you can actually pull yourself out of this. There's almost like an aha moment where you can pull yourself out of this, where you can free yourself from who, and this could be, and this person has showed up before. This person has, this air sign or this Aries has shown up in a Virgo reading before. It really feels like somebody is trying to control the way that you live your life. And it's time for you to free yourself from that. And that might be one of the decisions that you need to make. And it's not a realistic decision to make. It's not something that's going to be really easy. You're not going to find the answer to that very easily in March. But you may have to allow yourself, your gut feeling or your emotions to move you through it. Because I don't think that that person's going to let up very easily. I really, really don't. Now, if this is the person that owes you money or you owe them money, they are, I feel like they're kind of standing in there, or they're, trying to strong arm. It feels very like strong arm. They're trying to bully or strong arm in some way. So be very cautious about whether it's an Aries or whether it's an air sign or whether it's just somebody, whoever it is, that feels like they have control over your life. They have control over what you do in your life, right? So we have the Six of Wands, the Nine of Cups, the Death card, and the Ace of Cups. I feel like your victory this month is allowing yourself to move through the transition. You could be dealing with a Scorpio who's giving you offers, who is really opening them. That could be this water sign over here, who's really opening themselves up to you. I do feel like there is there's a way out of the anxiety. There's a way out of, it's almost like somebody is trying to help you, like pull you out of it. Whether it's a Scorpio, whether it's a water sign, whether it's another earth sign, could be a fire sign that's trying to help you out of it. But I feel like there's like an assistance. Like you have an ally. You need to allow this energy to come in and help you instead of being that Virgo where you're like, I can do all of this. I can take care of everything. No big deal. I got it. Don't let your pride and ego get in the way, because I feel like somebody's trying to help you out of it, whether it's just with words, like it may not even be in a physical way, but they're truly, truly, truly helping you to assert that part of you that is vulnerable, right? Vulnerability is a very big thing in March. And that is what's going to make, that's how March is going to make it or break it. If you can allow yourself to be vulnerable, if you can allow yourself to be honest with what's happening with you, and I don't have all the answers, I can't figure all of this out, I need help from somebody else, that is going to be the easy route. That's going to be the way for you to take in order for you to get to the next step, right? In order for you to get to the other side. If you stay within your stubborn nature and you fight it and fight it and fight it, and you hold on, right? So here on the bottom, I wasn't going to take these, but on the bottom of the deck, I have the Queen of Swords, the Tower, the Five of Wands, and the Four of Pentacles. If you stay in your stubborn nature and you're like, no, I'm going to do this on my own. Yes, I just gave you the mother stare. I just gave you the mother stare. I feel like you have somebody, Two of Cups is at the bottom of the deck, by the way. If you try and fight it, like you have choices here, Virgo, right? Either be vulnerable, allow yourself to transition through the energy easily, go to victory, manifest things in a big way. Allow yourself to believe in who you are. Ace of Cups, allow yourself to believe in who you are. Or be stubborn, fight it, resist it over and over and over again, and that Tower is going to come in and do it for you. The more stubborn you are, Four of Pentacles, the more stubborn you are, the more you fight the energy, Five of Wands, the more you think that you can do it and you can do it alone, the more that Tower energy is going to come in and say, sorry, we got to clear some things out in order for you to get stable again. So the moral of the story, right? Allow the connections that you have around you, because this Two of Cups doesn't have to be romantic. It can be like your friends. You know, I don't even like, I feel like Virgo needs to get connected. I feel like Virgo needs to get reconnected to the people that truly care about them, and to leave the ones that are trying to strong arm them. It's time to leave this King of Swords, Emperor type energy. It's time to get that, to push that away. It's time to remove that from your life. I don't care how you need to do it. I don't care how it needs to get done. This person is holding you back from greatness. This person is holding you back from your 10 of Cups, and Judgment is saying it's time for you to assert yourself. And March may not be the month where you feel like you can assert yourself and you can't figure everything out, and that's okay. March is the month for you to just keep breathing in and out and keep taking the natural steps forward that bring you to your 10 of Cups. It doesn't always have to be huge. It doesn't always have to be huge. Small wins along the way can lead to really big wins in the end. It doesn't have to be a huge windfall to get you out of a mess. All you have to do is keep stepping forward, keep walking forward. 8 of Pentacles, right? Even though you don't know where you're going, even though you're not entirely sure where that path, see that path in this Moon card? We don't know where it leads. But as long as we stay on the path in the dark, we'll get there, right? We'll get there. So get connected with people again, Virgo. Get connected with the people that you truly trust, with the fire sign that wants to help you get stable, with the water sign that is helping you make the decisions that you really, really, really need to make, with the earth sign that's giving you great opportunities that could possibly be passion projects that are going to help you move forward. Get connected with the people, the Scorpio, the Pisces. We don't really have a lot of signs here. I'm not really sure about the Emperor. I'm not sure about the Aries. But what I am sure of is that March does not have to be a difficult month if you allow the energy to flow through, and get connected with the people that you can trust. Get connected with the people, get connected with your soul family, get connected with your soul tribe, because that's what's going to help you make or break the month, is if you allow yourself to be vulnerable enough to say, I can't do this on my own. I need to have somebody connected with me that can help me through it. All right? I love you guys. Have a wonderful March. And personal readings are 20% off until the end of February. So we only have like 5 days left. Check out my website, fearlessintuition.net. And I love you guys. I'll be doing the March Soulmate Readings probably the first weekend, second weekend in March. I love you guys. I will see you in April. Bye.